Welcome Denelyn, welcome Mitchell, welcome Emily, Usher, welcome everyone. It looks like the live has begun, so I have a poll that I'm going to see if I can post real quick. Bear with me. I really don't know how to use this at all. Interact? Yeah, poll. Start. Welcome Deb, welcome Costa, welcome G-Man. Feel free to answer the poll that I just posted. Feel free to answer the poll I just posted, and welcome everybody to the live. You're about to hear the holistic perspective. Can you be a mod? Okay, sure. I've never had a mod before, so I'm trusting you to do a good job, even though I have no idea who you are. So don't let me down. Yeah, of course. I'm sure you know what you're doing. And I appreciate it because you'll see very soon that I need a moderator in this live stream. So I appreciate your support, and I'm gonna follow you now. No, I know it helps you. You're gonna be busier than I am tonight, my friend. So bless up. Welcome everybody to the holistic perspective on the Food Matrix Network that we operate under. You're going to be hearing the holistic perspective on the food supply. So feel free to answer the poll I just posted. It's just going to help me get an idea of who I'm dealing with, because TikTok gives me a random group pretty much every time, so which is perfect because it is my goal to reach as many people as possible, spreading this message regarding the holistic lifestyle perspective on the food matrix and how do we survive and thrive in the food matrix. So if you took a look at the poll, you'll notice that I asked the question, are you addicted to processed foods? And I can tell you guys, 7 to 8 years ago, the answer for me would have been, yes, I am addicted to processed foods. So there's a previous version of myself that I am speaking to as well when I'm doing these lives. I always have that version of myself in my head as I'm broadcasting these live streams because I needed to see that deep into my food addiction. I needed to see somebody choosing the act of fresh fruit willingly, choosing the holistic lifestyle, knowing that it's going to be the best for their energy levels, their productivity. By the way, I've done 2, 3, maybe 4 live streams today. This is the first thing I'm going to eat. I'm drinking it. I'm about to juice it. So it's 8 o'clock now, or no, sorry, 7 o'clock here, 7 p.m. here in Dallas, Texas. And we just went a whole nother day through the food matrix, thriving on just the air. Okay, that is possible for you as well. That is our birthright. The food matrix will have you believe you must be stimulated by food 3 times a day in order to access the energy that is rightfully yours. And I haven't got to the questions yet. It takes me a minute to get to the questions. I'm just trusting my mod is doing his job right now. I'm sure he is. And I appreciate you being here. It kind of just, yeah, I can breathe easier knowing that I have an ally looking out for the truth, the holistic message. Even if it's not his truth, he is here respecting my perspective, and it might not be the ultimate truth, but it is a perspective that we deserve to hear, unobstructed by trolls, because there are people who do not want me to talk about this information. It is very detrimental to their way of life, their way of being, their way of making money. Their way of making money depends on your participation in the food matrix system grid. It depends on your addiction to the food matrix system. Without your addiction, without your participation, they could not operate this system the way it runs today without your support. And that is the mission of my page. That is an introduction to the holistic perspective when it comes to the food matrix. And I'm going to read the poll now. 28% of us are addicted to processed foods. 57 whopping percent say no, they are not addicted to foods. This surprises me. C, I want McDonald's. There are a few people who would like McDonald's. Okay, great. It just gives me an idea of who is in the live. For those of you who have a control over the processed foods, bless up, spread the message. There's a couple more no's. So that's great. There's a lot of people here that apparently do not have addictions to the fast food grid matrix. It seems to be most of the people who answered, it wasn't that many people who answered, but the ones who did claim that they're not addicted to processed foods, which joy to the world. And I challenged whoever answered no, that they're not addicted to processed foods. Can you really? And if you can, this is great, but I was addicted to processed foods. I knew that, well, I was using the food as a stimulation, as a coping mechanism, as entertainment. And the way the food grid matrix system is set up, I know for a fact that there are other people using food the same way, as a distraction, as entertainment, instead of the original intention, which was nourishment. I worked in the food service industry for a very long time, so I'm gonna have a more biased perspective on this food grid matrix network that we operate under. Maybe some people call it extreme, but here's the thing. When 3 out of 4 people are getting cancer in the United States, to me, that's extreme. That's more extreme to me than discussing the holistic lifestyle. If we're following the Western model of nutrition, if we're following the Western model of nutrition and 3 out of 4 people are getting chronic disease, then I believe that it's time to seek another way. And there are foods that are designed, the majority of foods that you will find in the grocery store, anything that's in a box, anything that's in a wrapper, the majority of the foods, the processed foods, in order to preserve the foods in the first place, they are aligned with mold energy. They are processed, in order to keep them still, okay? So the processed food supply is compromised. You might not be addicted to the processed foods. However, in some cases, that's all the food that people have access to are the processed foods. So supposedly that's all they have access to. I believe that maybe people don't know that there are farmers markets available. Okay, and so they choose the grocery stores. But I'm here to spread the message of support your local farmers. Google farmers markets near me. The farmers go out every day to work for the people, while the food matrix grid, they don't work for the people. They work for their monetary gain. It's my personal belief, and it's pretty evident. No one has to agree or disagree. However, it is my belief from the holistic perspective that when you look at the fist, you can gauge the size of your stomach by looking at your fist. And you have your lungs here, your stomach, the size of your fist at its regular size, right? So if you buy a kid's meal and you compare it to the size of your fist, you can see already that our children are overeating. They're just taught to overeat. So when a kid is eating over this amount on a daily basis 3 times a day, it's going to, for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, that is going to lead to shortened lifespans. Do you guys remember when 50 was mid-age? Because now it's 30. Okay? Now 30 is mid-age. It used to be 50. There are things that we need to start, there are questions that we need to ask. And I'm gonna get to some questions very soon. I need to nourish myself. Speaking about not eating. But look, this is what I choose to stimulate my energy. The juice is gonna hit. The juice is bioavailable. It's already broken down. My body doesn't have to break down the solid flesh. The juice is bioavailable to my system. Okay? And look, I don't fast this long every day, but I always fast until after 12. I'm never eating or consuming any juices until after 12, except maybe in a rare once in a while thing. So the fact that this is my first form of nourishment for the day, and the reason I'm telling y'all this is to let you guys know that this is possible. It's possible for you to beat the addictions. Food is a stimulation. Food only stimulates your energy. It reminds you of your energy. The first form of nourishment is the breath. When we're eating 3 times a day over the size amount, we're obstructing our breath. We're not breathing to our fullest capacity. Therefore, overeating is detrimental to our health in major ways. When 3 out of 4 people have chronic illness, we have to question the standard American diet, the food pyramid. So the holistic perspective on the food pyramid is this. Humanity is in a current state of gluttarianism due to the fact of what I just mentioned. The fact that people are eating 3 times a day over the size of their fist, what that can handle. So that automatically puts humanity into a state of gluttarianism. Okay, and there's levels out. There's ways to step out of the bottom level of the pyramid, which I believe that the next step in a positive direction would be vegetarian. For the average person, you need to cut out meat. There is no need for meat. In my opinion, if you wish to eat meat, please do, but also please go to a local person like a local farmer, and start there. However, I believe that for us as the light beings that we are, we cannot take the flesh into our bodies and expect to ascend to where we see ourselves. We have more potential that is being locked, and it is locked. We have the key. The potential for what I achieved was only capable through me stopping the act of my consumption of processed foods had to end. That included meat. So in order for me to be here right now and to be in this fasted state at 8 o'clock at night after doing 3 lives and a full day, I work for myself, so it's easier for me to have this freedom, obviously. However, I wouldn't have even been able to work for myself had I not stopped processed foods. So I had to make the choice. And really ask yourself and I always encourage everybody to stay as neutral as possible when it comes to the information I'm giving out here. You always want to go back to your own energy first. Take what I have to say into consideration. Reference your own energy. That is your compass. That's always going to be your compass. There's nobody who can tell you. And they tried to, and then 3 out of 4 people ended up getting chronic illness. Refer to your own energy. Don't be ashamed of your own energy. Don't be afraid of your own energy. Sit with it, understand it, cultivate it, understand it. The act of overeating, stimulating foods intentionally blocks you from your energy. It makes you lose access to your will to perform in the way your higher self knows that you're capable of doing. So I'm doing a grapefruit and orange right now because, I mean, why not? Because, after a full day of I've had some tea. Let me grab it real quick. I got a tea over here, a Tulsi tea. So I have been stimulating my energy in liquid form, in this Tulsi tea liquid form. It looks like the moderator is doing a good job. I haven't checked in a while, but cheers. I'm not as busy tonight. You're lucky. Okay, so I'm gonna get to some comments soon. I need to get some nourishment, some stimulation in my body, because as I said at the beginning, this is gonna be the first thing I've consumed all day. It's gonna be orange and grapefruit juice, and I'm showing this to show you guys what the human body is capable of doing after you detox from processed foods, after you detox from heavy foods. The body can sustain itself on oxygen, on prana. Now, of course, it's going to take work to get to this point where I'm at. Of course, it's going to take work to get to this point. Even beyond this, there's levels to break out of the egalitarianism that humanity has stumbled into by design. You'll start to realize once you're cutting out the processed foods, once you start transitioning to more live raw foods and fasting, you'll find out what they're actually doing to your body. What I mean is this: fast for a day and then have your favorite food and then feel it, because that's going to tell you, you're going to be able to decode the information so much more clear that way. Food is information. Food is information, okay? So if you're not sure if a certain food is good for you, fast as long as you can, and then eat it and see what it does. That's going to tell you immediately or shortly after exactly what it's doing. And look, your energy's not going to lie to you. The people who wrote the food pyramid, the fast food companies, the medical industry, they have incentives to skew information. They don't want you to know the body is the healer. That means you have free access to health. What does that do to the food matrix system grid if we have access to healing through fasting? What does that do? Okay. So I just had to ask myself, what what was more important to me? Participating in the 3 meal a day facade, or going out on the hero's journey to see what the human body is actually capable of, based off of mentors in the holistic community, the success I see in others who follow the lifestyle. I figured it's better than the lifestyle of processed foods I'm living. It was a better alternative for me. Would you change your life around to be health? The mod, okay, I didn't write that. The mod did, and they misspelled it. Would you change your life around to be healthy? One person answered yes. Yes, and it's not, and that there's not a lot of answers to that question. There's one answer to that question, and the reason being is because that would take a lot of work, and it is hard work to turn your life around for the sake of health. Is one of the hardest, or the hardest journey that I've ever embarked on so far. So I can see why there's only one answer to the question, would you change your life around to be healthy? And really, the health part is like, the body is the first home, okay? So when you're in your body, honestly, like for me, it got to a point to where I just got too sensitive to the processed foods, and I literally couldn't handle it anymore. It was cutting into my free time. I had to spend time processing the food, dealing with the food, digesting the food, okay? So once I switched my diet from processed food / meat to plant-based foods over the past 7 years, I've noticed a major change in my energy levels and productivity as well. And I just peeled all of my oranges and I'm about to juice them, thank God, because I'm actually sweating right now. I'm really thirsty, so. We turned the air off earlier. It was cold and now it's hot. So, that's how it goes, you know? Okay, can we just appreciate this for a minute? The human eye specifically sees fruit, and you're immediately triggered. Something in your brain knows that this is, look, because the colors. We're closest to primates, and they are fruitarian. They see these fruits, they use the eyes to see colors. We're designed to see these colors to attract us to the fruit. I invite you to give a toddler a piece of raw flesh. Don't actually do that, but I invite you to do that, and then give them the flesh of a fruit and see which one they put in their mouth for the longer time. I'm sure they'll try both, but see which one they actually like, and let's learn from the little ones here. Take a lesson from the toddlers. And as I'm juicing this, you guys can enjoy a nice melody by Explosions in the Sky. So you guys can enjoy this, and I will be right with you. I believe that even the act of seeing this process is super powerful. So bless up, guys. It's 8 o'clock here in Dallas, Texas, and I am about to break my fast. We're gonna bless it right now. Okay, guys, so the body is capable of so much more than we know. The body, once you get out of the way of the body, guys, once you give the body a chance to rest, Every organ is designed to heal with rest. That's what fasting does. Fasting is a miracle cure for the body, literally. In order to reach the level of a 7, 14, 21-day fast, to get those healing properties that you naturally have access to, you're going to want to start by eliminating processed foods day by day, little by little, as much as possible, to the point where it's just an afterthought, and you will start to crave more of the live healing foods that are available to us, that are going to free us. This is going to free us. This will set us free. The fruit will set us free. God put the earth here for humanity's last resort. This is our last resort, guys. The smart grid is here. The smart tech is here. Our ability to put a seed in the ground needs to be weaponized now. Okay? The people who control the food control your mind. If you're ran by the food, they have you already. 3 times a day, eating more than the stomach, eating more than the size of your fist. The fist is the size of the stomach. And this is a holistic warrior's path. This version of myself, I channeled to become a holistic warrior, and I broadcast this ability to show you guys what's possible, what is possible for the human body. And I know that we're capable of more than stimulation through food. I know we're capable of more than McDonald's on every street corner. I truly believe that. I truly believe that we deserve better as a species of light beings. We deserve better than the cancerous entities that keep us locked in the fear grid, food matrix. That's the perspective of the holistic warriors that often cannot be shared due to censorship. So I appreciate the moderator right now for sticking through this and dealing with anything that might have occurred while I've been busy discussing. So always good to have a moderator. It's funny because I thought about having one today. The live is about to shift, guys. Bear with me. If you're getting bored, we're gonna shift. I have a whiteboard prepared of some topics that I'm gonna go over for the next 30 minutes while I drink this juice and stimulate my energy. So the live is going to shift as humanity shifts from glutatarianism to vegetarian to plant-based to raw vegan, to liquidarian. Finally, we can return to our breatharian state, our natural breatharian state. Can I get an amen? And if it's the first time you've heard that, your head might have exploded, because mine certainly did. The first thought I had when I heard breatharian was, what? I'm never gonna be able to eat my favorite foods again and just live on air? What? My head exploded. I was triggered. So I'm just sharing the breatharian perspective. I'm not saying I'm breatharian or will become breatharian. I'm just saying that there are breatharians who exist and need to be acknowledged. And let's stop sweeping them under the rug like they don't exist, because they are holding a high frequency on the planet for people like me to raise up and to inspire everyone here. They are the ones holding it down. Look, without them holding their frequency up in Nepal, up in the Himalayas, they're holding the light grid, okay? They're the counter to the food matrix, and we are the light beings in between making the choices. Which way are we gonna go? Should we look to our ancestors, our still living ancestors up in the mountains, or do we look to man's machine of gluttony and the complete destruction of Earth? The beautiful thing about this story, by the way, is we have a choice. The beautiful thing about this whole frequency war that we find ourselves in today is we have the ability to write the story, and that's a major secret they do not want you to know. I need a couple things. So, watch. Hold on. I'm gonna drop it. My hand is so slippery, but watch. Genuine reaction coming up. Oh my God. Whew, shit. It was definitely worth it to wait that long to enjoy that sip of juice, and I have reclaimed some of my energy through that sip of juice. Way more energy than I could have gathered from a bite of a cheeseburger or a bag of chips. I'm gonna get to some comments now, and we're gonna shift the live. The live has shifted to, I'm gonna show you guys this little board I've been fucking around with, and I'm gonna answer some questions just because the mod is doing a great job, it sounds like. Everyone's calm in here, for once. It's been a crazy past couple of lives, if anybody has been here. I need to wash my hands real quick. I'll be right back. Meanwhile, you guys you can be visually stimulated by this as well. Take it in, enjoy it. I'll be right back. Right here, baby. Here's your portion.
What is this?
Orange grapefruit. OG, the OG. I poured you one right there. Go ahead. Welcome back. I just took a brief intermission, a brief period of recovery. Actually, I just had to wash my hands. I exaggerate sometimes, but this is an orange grapefruit juice. And that's funny because did you guys see who just joined? India OG. Did I literally just not say OG? So can we agree that there is some telepathy that humans have access to? I literally just proved it for the live to see. Welcome to the live, India OG. I am drinking a glass of my favorite OG orange juice. Orange and grapefruit juice. Because I am magic and you are too. Bless up. Can we India OG just changed my life, and I hope they just change your life as well, because these little synchronicities will start to pour in. These downloads will start to pour in for humanity at an alarming rate. Once the processed foods start cutting out, and please guys, like, I couldn't have blessed all the way up. Bless all the way up. Because We just saw a miracle on TikTok Live. We just saw a miracle. Okay? So, let's see. I have some topics here. I have some topics that I'm gonna go over. Let me just... It's okay, moderator. I got this guy. Alright, let me just, maybe there's some questions. Let me see. Thank you, Brian. What is he making? Yeah, it's a little bit. Here, I got it. I want some, says Barika. Well, you are visually being stimulated right now. Looks dank, Andrew. It is dank. Organic all the way. This is great info. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the knowledge and the vibes. Thank you. Why don't you talk about the J-Run Banks anymore? Did I ever talk about the J-Run Banks? You have the wrong dread-headed hippie. I'm going through, I'm gonna go through the comments really quick, guys. He's fruitarian. I'm 90% fruitarian. I mostly just eat fruit. I will still have cooked vegetables from time to time. However, cooked vegetables at this point are even taxing my body. It's taking more from me than it's giving me. And that is the journey that you will take when you start to give up processed foods. You will start to see that you just become more sensitive to what's going to be more energetic for you. For instance, obviously, this is going to charge me up. This is going to be an instant form of nourishment. So I should probably drink some real quick. So that right there felt way better than me eating some French fries or even some Brussels sprouts. Honestly, that right there, it hit me right there. The energy is already here. It's instantaneous. Whereas maybe the vegetables give me some energy here and there, but I have to break it down first. So I pay to play. You pay to play in this food matrix game. The moderator is doing work. I see a couple blocks. Is that your girlfriend? Stay tuned. Okay, everybody who's made it this far, follow the page now. I'll follow you back. Because I'm building a support network of holistic warriors. Consider yourself chosen to spread the message of holistic lifestyle. Because we need to awaken as many people as possible. Time is short. There's not much time left. The smart grid cities are in place. The infrastructure is here. I'm just going over some... My toddler loves sashimi and steak tartare. Okay. I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids. I won't do it. Thank you for whoever gave me some diamonds. I appreciate the diamonds. They mean a lot to me. Saw them live twice a week. Looks like leaves to me. Do you drink water? I drink distilled water. Distilled water is the purest form of water. It's basically clouds. It's the closest form to clouds, okay? Juice the peels for the oils, they say. Many vegetarians are anemic. I know that to be true for sure. We had an anemic girl in here earlier who was going plant-based, and I am actually borderline anemic as well. How should I fast before eating that specific... I'm gonna pin this one, Josie, if you're still in here. I hope you are, Josie. Sorry. How long should I fast before eating that specific food? I want to know if it's serving me. Go to sleep, wake up, and go as long as you possibly can. I don't know what that is for you, but skip the hunger pains. Just ride through the first waves of hunger pains. Just ride it through, at least until afternoon. I don't know when you wake up, but at least until afternoon, or 4 to 5, maybe 6 hours after you wake up. No, fuck it. 8 hours after you wake up. Fast for 8 hours after you wake up. Then choose what you want to see. Then choose the food. Because at that point you fasted, let's say 12 hours at night, and then another 8 is going to give you close to 20. If you ate dinner 4 hours before that, you're at a 24-hour fast. And that's enough time to give your body enough rest to where the point when the next food comes in after 24 hours, it will hit the body and it's either gonna nourish you instantaneously or you're gonna wanna take a nap very shortly after. Or I could be wrong. It's your energy that you're dealing with here, okay? That was my personal experience when I chose processed foods and I ate them on an empty stomach. That's basically like, that's raw dogging it. You're raw dogging it at that point. If you're eating processed foods on an empty stomach, consider it a raw dog. Your digestive systems are under assault, full assault. So that's why I always have a juice and fruit first, because I still eat processed foods too. Very little, and 90% less, 95% less than the version of myself from 7 years ago. So fruit is essential if you're still gonna have processed foods. Fruit is the barrier. Fruit is gonna hydrate those organs, get them ready for anything else that comes through afterward. I drink distilled water. Do your research on distilled water. Not everybody agrees with the research behind distilled water, and that's okay. I do. The body is the second home. The point of life is to learn and let go of life. That's a vague truth. Have you always ate healthy or started recently? Oh, and leave if you're still in the live. I've been eating healthier or attempting to eat healthier the past 7 years of my life. That's not to say I haven't relapsed. There have been times 3 years into the journey where I went to Steak and Shake. Okay? Because I'm surrounded by the food matrix at that point, struggling with addiction and the societal conditions that come with the food matrix, the social conditions, the social rejection. So yes, I did my best attempt 7 to 8 years ago to choose a healthy lifestyle. That's not to say I'm the ultimate epitome of health. But I could not arrive at this point had I not made the health decisions or food choices if I didn't change them. Had I gone along with autopilot, food matrix, zombie 3 times a day of food mode, I would probably have a chronic disease at this point, which I did develop. I did develop a disease at some point. So I started to heal. Okay, and I think I made it. America can feed the world for America can feed the world for minerals from South America. You know anything about fermenting? I know a little bit. I know how to make cabbage. I don't really do it, but I know how to. What if each of the countries are supposed to produce and support the other 6? You gotta make it more coherent than that. That's an incomplete sentence. Fasting isn't healthy for pregnant women, growing children, or men who work physical jobs. I respect your opinion as always, but I'm gonna disagree with that statement. Fasting is definitely healthy for men who work physical jobs. Although they might need a break from the physical job while fasting, fasting is gonna benefit the working man. Period. Maybe they have to take breaks from the physical labor, but fasting is going to benefit them regardless. Advocating against processed foods is positive. A balanced diet is also important. Okay, so see, we agree on some things. I think clear when eating clean, and I will pin this comment and follow you, Johnny Wheels. I'm already following you, Johnny Wheels, so great. You know what? I think a lot clearer when I'm eating clean too. And that's another reason I choose this lifestyle. I'm trying to get to some more comments just because I'm interested. And I'll get to the board here in a minute. What time is it? It is 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. here in Texas, and my first stimulation or meal of the day is an OG, shout out to India OG, orange and grapefruit juice. I'll start off with that one. I'm just, Diesel Lives Matter. I've muted 10 people. That's what's up, moderator, because look, the trolls didn't know I came prepared today. They didn't know I had a moderator on deck. I'm sure you upset them. Watermelon seeds are a great source of protein. Facts, look up watermelon seeds. Yes, they are. Do I feel strong? What did you achieve? What do I feel strong? I feel strong in my ambition and the fact that I was able to break from the food addictions. Yes, I feel very strong in that regard. Physically, I mean, I'm pretty strong. I'm stronger than I look. That's for sure. I'm gonna pin Patricia's Black comment and maybe I'll follow her if she follows me. She doesn't, but I'm gonna follow her anyway. Patricia Black asks, what did you achieve? The red one, yeah. I achieved the ability to say no to foods that would normally trigger me, which I saw at the time to be literally impossible. So to me, that was like a major achievement for me. Like, I struggled hard with turning down food, especially working in the food industry and being offered any possible free food that I wanted. I had to work in that environment while I saved up to get out of that environment. So I had to go into that environment for about 6 months, 60 hours a week to save up for a van, put a mattress in it, and move on with my life, move on to the next chapter. I didn't know where I would go. I just knew for a fact that if I were free of the processed food addiction, I could eat fruit coast to coast. I could literally eat fruit coast to coast. And I started implementing more fruit, and I started to learn who I really was, driving coast to coast, driving through the country. At some points I needed money, so I had to work at national parks. I worked at Yellowstone National Park. I got paid to live in the most beautiful place on earth. And I was able to learn myself. So that's what I achieved. And the results of that shift are showing today. The results of that shift continue to show every day. Okay, so thank you for the question. Bless up. That's what I achieved. I'm very proud of that achievement. What about fish? If you catch your own fish, then you should eat it. Why not? I mean, I'm not going to personally. My body would most likely reject it. Good evening, Lori. Good info, metals, meats and metal. Good info. Thank you, sir. Jessica Lewis. Bless your heart, Jessica Lewis. I'm trying to follow you back. Sunshine and smoke, that's my kind of people already. Everyone needs to wake up and eat healthy. Thank you, Noah. You're doing work in the comments. Fruit is okay, these are the look, guys, read this comment with me. Fruit is so unappealing to me. I don't think I'll ever eat it. I'm following you. You just gained a follower for that comment. And let me tell you why. Processed food is so offensive to the senses that it will have you hooked like a drug, and it will trick the mind into literally changing something natural and we look at it with disgust. That's how powerful a processed food, that's what it can do to your brain. Because if you see kids who haven't been like attacked by the food system, they love fruit. They absolutely love fruit. Okay? So fruit is so unappealing to me. I don't think I'll ever eat it. And you know what? Early in my journey, there were times where certain fruits I had to force down, and I am on God, I promise you that would like against my will sometimes, but it wasn't really my will. What was repulsed, what was actually feeling repulsed was the parasite within me, because that parasite was now under attack. With the fruits, with the herbs, I was attacking the parasite who drives that behavior, who drives those cravings. So is it really you who doesn't like the fruit, or is it the parasite? Humanity's greatest adversary, I might add. Was it the parasite who was driving your behavior? Ask yourself the question. Okay, and with that, I must now shift topics. Moderator, I just got flagged, help me. I really don't want to lose access, guys. Like, there are only so many things I could say. Somebody got triggered, I'm not sure. Normally when a trigger comes from the parasite, so that's interesting that at that moment, another synchronicity we just witnessed. When I mentioned the word, that's when the flag came. So much like earlier when India OG came through to the live, we're hitting a synchronistic vibe on tonight's live, guys, and I don't want to lose anyone. Let's bless the triggered. Moment of silence for the triggered. Can I just talk a little bit more about the parasite though? Please? Just a little bit more. I promise, and then I'll stop. Okay, so humanity, right? Humanity is generally a carefree species, generally happy-go-lucky, if you ignore all the war and atrocity. Let's just talk about the positive side of humanity. We're generally happy-go-lucky. It's our nature to be positive beings, for the most part. The parasite makes every single decision based out of survival. They don't have time to go to the dog park. They don't have time to go on social media. Every decision the parasite makes is absolutely critical for its advancement of their species and their survival, which is their plan to infiltrate as many human bodies as possible to influence this realm. I don't know if I'm gonna get flagged or not, oh God. Okay, that's all I wanted to say about that. I'm just gonna go on to some more comments. This is all opinion based, so it's all just like, this is all perspectives here. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong here, okay? But we are all magic. Even the haters are magic. We're all magical beings, let's not forget it. That can never be misinformation, right? Okay, now I can go back down a little bit. Hold on, let me see. What about... Yeah. For those of you who are still in here, thank you for your support. I could get banned at any moment, guys. Follow the page. I've lost access for about a week ago, so I will be making a YouTube channel, a brand new one, and reposting the lives there for digital backup. Okay? I appreciate the support. For everybody. I appreciate everybody being here. Catherine Marina, thank you very much. I followed you back. If you're still in the live, I appreciate your support. I'm gonna flip the... Okay, guys, you can see what I've been working on here. I've been working on some just some notes, you know. Okay, don't worry about that part. As you can see, this is my version on paper. This is the potential of humanity in a quick little glimpse, okay? The potential of humanity lies within the constructs of the holistic food pyramid. Our potential has yet to be fully defined, okay? And that's the perspective I share. And it's as you guys can see, it's under threat. I'll go down to the new comments now. Thank you, Deb. Follow back. So Deb, did you know that I just got flagged for even mentioning that topic? Because I was mentioning that species they are so intelligent. Every single move that they make is for their survival and advancement as a species, versus humanity walking around la-di-da, happy-go-lucky, going to the dog park. That's me going to the dog park. I'm just saying that's what we're up against. Like, can we put it into a perspective with that analogy? Possibly, because I kind of have to speak in code-ish. Okay, we just went from bam, bam, bam to, okay, now I've got to skip around the topic here just a little bit. Deb, I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you, Deb. Yeah, it's crazy in here. I gotta eat healthy, I run track, says Paris. Whether you run track or not, Paris, whenever you quit track, let's continue those healthy eating habits, and I'm following you back, Paris. Much love to you, Paris. Promise me, Paris, that when you're done with track, when you're done with your track career, you continue those habits, those healthy habits. It's gonna give you freedom moving forward. It's gonna give you the ability to manifest the future version of yourself, the preferred version of yourself, with no obstructions. And honestly, Paris, you inspire me. Food pyramid was designed by the Department of Agriculture, says Big Red Cheeto. They're official. That is an official department. Sounds very like I need a badge. Every now and then I'll be bad and I have like a cookie, but not normally. Paris, I have a pint of dairy-free Cherry Garcia in the freezer as we speak. And you know what? I didn't try any last night, but the night before that, I had a few. Okay, maybe half of it. No, I'm just kidding. I had a few bites of it. It's no big deal. We're coming off of the processed foods. It's not a race. It's an energy game. It's how much energy can you handle? And I feel like I should end the live soon. I don't want to lose access, but I'm going to try to be careful here. Everyone goes through a hippie stage. Not discounting your journey, but you do not look healthy. Okay, and I think we've gone through this before. I respect your look. Deliquescent 333. Obviously, you have the right to your own opinion, and I don't come on here to. Some days I'm not always gonna look glowing. My body is pretty much almost in a constant state of detoxification. That requires the detoxification state. You're gonna look like hell here and there because you put your body through hell. So how I look is a result of my previous lifestyle. The juices have only accelerated my healing. I'm not really concerned about looks. I focus more on my energy. That's my compass, always my energy. My looks, I don't actually factor them into, I will take into consideration, obviously I know when I'm overly tired. So, but opinion, the way you said it is a lot more respectful than I've received in the past. You're welcome to it. There's no reason to mute or block you. You've been fair. I wanted to go back up here because I got flagged, and I just wanted to see who possibly might have flagged me. Just curious because those accounts I need to block. Hey, I'm in Texas too, says Rachel. Okay, well then I'm just gonna follow you. And why didn't you follow me? Are dreads clean? Asked Gary Winthrop. I'm gonna follow you back because you follow me. Thank you for the follow. Are dreads clean? Yeah, they're clean. They smell good. Yeah, I wash them like once every few months. But yeah, generally they're clean. Like they smell fine to me. I'm not asking anybody to like grow dreadlocks or anything. That's not what the live is about. That's like this is spiritual immunity. So, hi, I'm on a healthy food way of life journey too, says Deb. Deb, I appreciate your presence here. Fall fermenting, as Jolly Green Joshi. I'm obviously not a fan, and I think that was a borderline troll comment, but I'm not sure. Slight chuckle for that one. Don't you want to give your body minerals? I do very much. And that's why I just made a OG grapefruit juice. Specifically for that reason. Cody Waller followed the live creator, and I followed Cody Waller back. He's from Chicago. He's a he, him. So let's go. He, him. I used to live in Sunset Cliffs. Miss OB Farmers Market, it's the best. I'm pinning the comment. It won't let me follow you. Or no, I followed you back. Or I tried to. Breezy. I used to live in Sunset Cliffs. Miss OB Farmers Market, it's the best. And Abby and I were just talking about this yesterday. Guess what? Today's Wednesday, right? Oh, yeah, Wednesday. What happens on Wednesday in Ocean Beach? I think you know what I'm talking about. The best farmers market I've ever been to. Yeah, the best farmers market I've ever been to, because you're looking to the west, and then there's a beach view, and then you look to the east, and then there's vendors. It's a beautiful community. Shout out to 619 Ocean Beach. Yes. If you haven't been, you need to go. Make a trip to Ocean Beach. Experience the magic within yourself through the atmosphere and experience of Ocean Beach. It brings out magic. I've had so many, like the synchronicities we saw earlier. If you guys were here, I had 2 crazy synchronicities happen. I'm going to tell this one to Deb because Deb missed this one. The first synchronicity was when I said, well, I just got finished juicing this orange grapefruit juice. And then Abby asked me, what kind of juice are you drinking? As I responded, I'm drinking the OG grapefruit juice. We had a user, India OG. If they're still in here, please comment. As I said that, they literally entered the live, India OG. So Ocean Beach, a very synchronistic community. I've had so many crazy synchronicities there. It's just like we just saw in the live, like it was like that, like constantly. So please visit the magical area known as Ocean Beach. It will shift your perspective and view on humanity.
We met on a Wednesday night in Ocean Beach.
Abby and I met in Ocean Beach on a Wednesday night. Doesn't distill to dehydrate you? I don't believe so. No, I don't believe so. How do I get protein? Planet Filth, I'm going to pin your comment real quick. How do I get protein? I'm afraid to answer this question. The only reason I'm afraid, quote unquote, afraid to answer your question, Planet Filth, is because what I want to say could get the live flagged as misinformation. So let me tell you an opinion and not a fact about how I get protein. In my opinion, there's a nutritional myth about protein. That being said, I'm basing that theory off the fact that 3 out of 4 Americans experience chronic illness. So the protein myth to me, the nutritional myth to me, which these people push out and have caused 3 out of 4 of us to get chronic illness, I see it as a myth. That is my honest answer. I hope nobody is triggered. I hope nobody is crying. Bless it. Okay, that's my honest answer, and there's no hard feelings. I just had an orange grapefruit juice that I just juiced it. It was delicious. And I just made it through all the comments. Oh my God, okay. Welcome, Tito. Thank you, Deb. I appreciate you. Hey, Kimber, what's up? So 2.5 hours southeast of Plano. You must be near, shit, I don't even know. That's really far. But you have warrior in your profile. So I am now recruiting you to become a holistic warrior. So thank you for being here, Kimber77. You are now a holistic warrior. You have graduated. The moderator is doing work. Can everybody just thank Diesel Lives Matter for constantly clicking on his phone the entire time? Because Diesel Lives Matter is over here just... And look, Diesel Lives Matter, I'm going to reach out to you after this live personally. I appreciate your help tonight. You've really helped me out so much. As you can see, this is insane. 386 Aiden is following. Obviously, I'm going to follow that account back. KGZM blah, 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 blah has joined. I'm assuming that's a troll. I love animal meat so much. Welcome, we did it for science. Welcome, oh wow. Welcome, Pamela Middlefinger. Oh, no, Pamela Middlefinger followed me. Okay. Hello, Dan. Thank you, Dan Standard, for liking the live. I appreciate you. Hello, Oh Weebop. Hello, Hunter. Thank you, Paris. How do you beat dry heaving if you fast? Happens every time to me. I don't know, but intuitively something tells me to drink hot liquids. Hot herbal teas, I feel like that would clear it up. It sounds like there's mucus involved in the chest. So hot Tulsi tea, anything that's gonna apple cider vinegar, hot apple cider vinegar, honey. Like the dreads, thank you, Dan. Hot liquids. Hello, Harry. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the holistic perspective on the food matrix, on our ability to heal the body. I'm going to give it 10 more minutes because I really want to save the lives. I don't want to lose access to the lives because this is it's just a powerful message that I'm able to spread. So thank you guys so much. Okay, we have somebody here and I'm going to help the moderator. Yeah, I got you, moderator. I don't know why it does that though. Hold on. Okay, no, I blocked him. Okay. What would you do for healing your veins? Okay, I love this one. I love this one. KB. So KB, did you know that my initials are also KB? So you should listen to me. Just kidding. But my initials really are KB. So take this into consideration. There's a book called The Garden of Eden, and it lists every single healing herb available to the human species. It dedicates 1 page to every herb except one. There's one herb that receives 10 pages in this book. And that is what I'm going to recommend for your veins. That herb. Sorry. I'm very sorry about that. But that herb is going to be cayenne pepper. Okay? Cayenne pepper is an amazing healer. Cayenne pepper, wow, y'all. Google what cayenne pepper can do. Just be amazed at what cayenne pepper can do, because it can stop a heart attack. And I can say that with hopefully not getting flagged, because it's been documented. It's true, it's out there. Administering cayenne pepper to someone who's just had a heart attack could save their life immediately. So when you're talking about veins, I immediately think cayenne pepper. By the way, guys, I made the decision today, and Abby, I haven't told Abby yet, but she's in the background listening. I made the decision today to enroll in a master herbalism course. It is my goal to become a master herbalist. It is my duty. It is my mission. So here I am in my beginning phases. I am not in master herbalist yet, but I have decided today that I will educate myself officially to become a master herbalist. So what you're seeing right now, this live is just the beginning of something amazing, because with that credential, I can come on this live. I can go on YouTube, I can fill an auditorium, and I can have the backing, the so-called credentials that you apparently need in this world to have an opinion on anything. So if that's what it takes, I will do whatever it takes to change as many lives as possible. So I made that decision today, and bless up all the hearts that just came for that. Thank you guys. You guys are inspiring me to become a better version of myself as well. And I come on to share as well. We need each other. We're using the food matrix grid in place. We're blocking connections with each other. We're like, no, let me eat this, I'm good. That's going to stimulate me enough. Only for a short time will it stimulate you, okay? Eventually, we're going to have to come back home. We have to come home at some point, guys, okay? And the home, our real home is the fruits, the herbs, the fruit forest. That's where we belong, okay? Or you could choose a smart city death grid, okay? And that's going to require pay to play. That's 50, 60-hour weeks. Make the choice, guys. We have more power than you think. The moderator is really busy. Really, really busy. I'd rather live off the grid. Thank you, KB. Deb, you're going to want to order that book. Once again, the book is called Garden of Eden. Powerful book on herbs. Actually, it's considered to be the most powerful book on herbs, so I highly recommend that book. Way more knowledge than I can offer at this point in time. However, I am aspiring. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate you. KB, I think I followed you. I'm following you now. I'm sure you will do amazing. Jessica Hunt, You've been here for a while. I appreciate you. And you also take 1 teaspoon of cayenne and turmeric and honey every morning. So there's something about Jessica, like, there's something about her that we just are just automatically like, I'm not sure what it is, just reflections. So Jessica, you're always welcome, and you're always welcome. What's the book? Again, Garden of Eden. Gavin, you know about cayenne pepper? Yes, cayenne pepper is an herb. It's the strongest herb available to mankind. And I'm so glad I get to share it with you guys. Like, I'm feeling great right now. This is more stimulating to my energy than processed foods. This gives me more purpose than McDonald's. I'm feeling better talking about this than I am eating a steak. And I'm gonna strike this. Too loud.
A little too much.
I struck it really hard, didn't I? I need this book. Go ahead, order it. Garden of Eden. Do not lose the lives. Your presence brings me comfort. It's like having a spiritual older brother. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Look, I'm trying to keep the live on as long as possible. I can't stop the algorithm from censoring this information. I'm doing the best I can. You know, oh, that guy, I think we got him. Okay, Pamela says hello. Okay, we went through those. I'm going back down. If you were afraid of the alert, okay, homie can, nobody was ever afraid of the alert. I was simply, there were some people who didn't know about the FEMA emergency broadcast and that it was being broadcast directly to all smart devices on the grid, in all 50 states, including Hawaii and Alaska. Due to the fact that people didn't know about it, I came on a live stream earlier and I was just informing people that that was about to occur. And then I turned my phone off and I went to the park for the next hour. I don't think anybody was afraid. If you were afraid, then I hope you're doing better now. Passion is key and you have it. Don't ever stop. What you're doing is helping a lot of people. KB, you're a reflection of me, and I am also KB. You were right. I overate. Nihilist, come on, man. I'm going to pin the comment, Nihilist, because you overate today, and now you feel really bad. Can we all take let's take a note from Nihilist, and I'm going to follow you right now, Nihilist, and I'm going to strike this for you. May the vibration enter your field and heal the trauma that caused you to overeat, Nihilist, because when we overeat, typically it's to quell emotions. It's to cope with the reality of the matrix. It's to stimulate our energy. So Nihilist, bless up. Now you can move forward. You can reset. Consider that a blessing, because at least you know what's making you tired now. Like, that's half of the battle. People walk around chronic fatigue and they're acting like it's not the 10 Big Macs a day. I might lose live access just for saying that, but people are pretending, or some people just really don't know that it's the food that's causing them to feel bad. So the fact that you know is half the battle. Now you can make an informed choice. Okay. You shut your phone off. Sounds like you were afraid, but keep coping. Well, I didn't bring my phone with me to the park. I just shut it off just because. So I was about a couple miles away from my phone at the time. Again, there was no fear involved. It's more about spreading information, because if you know anything about EMF frequencies and 5G frequencies, it's been proven to be harmful to the body. These devices were invented by the military-industrial complex for originally, like, weapons of war, frequency weapons. So that doesn't strike fear in me, but I just wanted other people to be aware of that. Again, if you're afraid, it's okay. I don't know what to tell you. I went to the park, I get it. I went to the park and took my shoes off. I mean, I don't think that insinuates fear. I just, I think we need to be going outside more anyway. Diesel Lives Matter, he's fine. You don't have to mute him. Some of them can be borderline irritating, and I'll let him get away with it. Like, I don't think he means too much harm. Yeah, it's all good. Indigo Star says, I went to the park, I get it. Okay, guys, so it looks like the comments are calming down a little bit. Do I know phone gives off radiation? I'm fully aware, yeah. Did you know that most people use phones to communicate information today? Okay. So, let's, the disconnection was nice today. Like, I felt really great. I'm definitely gonna have to do that more. So, I'm gonna flip the camera a second and just show you guys what I was working on a little bit. Welcome, Martha. After one more swig of this. Welcome to the live. For those who just joined, you're about to hear a holistic perspective on the food matrix grid. So welcome. I don't need to do full disclaimers because I have a moderator at work. Thank you, Deb, for liking the live. Hello, Rainbow Aura Crystals. Okay, since we're on the topic, this guy, he's talking about phones and radiation. If you guys go to the link on my homepage, there are some items I sell that protect against EMF radiation if anybody's interested. Let me flip the camera now, and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you guys a more holistic angle of just my perspective on the current food matrix. So, okay, Fruitarian. Why do I say this? Because the stomach is the size of the fist. We eat 3 times a day, and that's automatically, if you buy a kid's meal and compare it to the size of your fist, you can see that even the children are overeating. Okay? And so this indicates to me alone, based off of that fact, that humanity has entered the Fruitarian phase. There are ways out through vegetarianism, up to plant-based. This is where I reside on the pyramid. If anyone's interested, this is me. But I came from here as well. I came from Fruitarian. I actually skipped through vegetarian. My body wants to be here at raw vegan. And some days I will be liquidarian. And look, right now, the juice has been enough to get me to this point at 8 o'clock. Beyond that, you would enter the fasting state, and then you would enter the state of breatharianism. And from there, I'm going to pick it up real quick. Let me flip it. So, that little intro being said, I believe that we can take steps from gluttony to eating less per day. When the stomach is the size of the fist and we're overeating on that amount, then we're taking away from our lifespan, we're taking away from our spirit. We have to share, our lungs share the same space with the stomach, okay? Let me put it this way. If we spend 40, 50 years overeating 3 times, 4 times, 5 times a day for 30, 40, 50 years, we're expanding our stomach. Our lungs are competing for their room. We're not able to expand from our diaphragm. Take a full breath. We're not able to access our full potential for 30, 40, 50, 60 years. We're here on the earth to cultivate our spirit, to develop our breath, to develop our spirit, to understand it. So if our breath has been obstructed from overeating for 40, 50, 60 years, guys, when we pass to the next realm, we haven't done the spiritual work. We don't know where we're going to end up. We're playing with fire. There's more going on. There's more to this reality. And where we go from here, where we go next depends on what happens here. Okay? And I had a couple more points I'm going to make. I wrote them down right here. Let's see. All right. So the vehicle is the body. And people often treat their vehicles better than their own bodies. There are some people who will give the best fuel source to their vehicle, to their car, while completely ignoring the fuel source of their bodies. So we really need to understand that the body is a vehicle, it's also a home, and we should treat it as such. Wherever you're at on the food pyramid is perfectly okay. It's your own journey. I share the perspectives to share the potential. To share the potential is why I'm sharing the perspective of plant-based, of raw vegan, of liquidarian, of breatharian. I'm not saying I'm going to become breatharian. I'm just letting people know that there are breatharians. I just found out there were breatharians like 5 years ago. Okay? So there are breatharians. There are liquidarians. And there have been for a long, long time. We just they haven't had a voice. So I'm giving them a voice. That's all. I'm just sharing a perspective. Thank you for not shaming other people's diets. You're welcome, because I honestly, thank you, Robert. You're welcome, because thank you for not shaming other people's diets. You're welcome, Robert. What is raw vegan? And the reason I don't shame other people's diets is because I struggled heavily trying to fix my own diet. I've had relapses in the past. I didn't go from processed foods to having one juice and then having a salad or whatever Abby's making over there. I didn't go from just processed foods to where I'm at now. I had to fight for this. It's a battle. Okay? We're at war here. Have you guys heard of the spiritual war that's happening on Earth? And that's maybe why all of us light beings came to Earth. Have you guys ever heard that story before? Does that sound familiar? What is raw vegan? Asked Maggie. Raw veganism is where the food is only cooked up to a certain point or dehydrated, and I believe 125 degrees. Most of the food is raw in a raw vegan diet. Some of it is dehydrated. A raw vegan diet is where you don't cook the food. So let me recommend to you, if you have an Instagram, look up Peace Pies in Ocean Beach. Look up Peace Pies. It is the best, I argue, one of the best raw vegan restaurants in the country, in the world. And they will show you what a raw vegan diet can look like, because a raw vegan diet is art, and it's healing, it's recovery, it's love, it's everything you could want in a plate to nourish you. And Peace Pies does a great job at displaying that on a plate. Peace Pies Raw, Peace Pies in San Diego. Some people have a lot of time. I've got a lot of time, and I'm gonna use it accordingly. Peace Pies, Monica. Peace Pies, as in apple pie. Peace Pies, San Diego. Take a look at the art that they serve. Take a look at the healing foods that they offer. Take a look at the potential that is available to us. because there's not a lot of restaurants like them. But if we could go from McDonald's to a Peace Pies based society, if we could shift from McDonald's to Peace Pies, we would see a drastic change in everything. Everything. From that one shift, and that comes from us. We have the power to do it. Okay? So check it out. Trust me, guys. Peace Pies, San Diego, Ocean Beach. They do a great job at showing the potential of live raw foods, putting it on a modern day plate, serving it up, and the food is so tasty. It's on par with anything that you've tried. It's so good. So you have to try it. I miss it. I was in Ocean Beach for the past 5 years, and now I'm back in Dallas, Texas, and I'm having withdrawals from Peace Pies. I'm having major withdrawals. So, yeah. What do I suggest to begin this journey? Welcome, Oysters. Welcome, Jiro. Welcome, Vicky. To begin the journey out of the food matrix, cut out as many processed foods as you possibly can. Replace them with whole, healing foods. You're not going to be able to cut them out overnight. If you want to fast track your success, that is fasting. That's why it's called fasting. That's literally why it's called fasting. So you will accelerate your journey through the practice of fasting. Why? Because when you fast and then you reintroduce foods, your body has had enough time to recover. So you fast 24 hours and eat a cheeseburger, your body is going to actually be able to understand and tell you that what is going on. Is it good? Is it bad? Are you crashing? Or if you fasted 24 hours and had an orange, do you feel that rush of energy? It's going to show you. Fasting will help you tap into your energy. So I recommend fasting and cutting out processed foods as a start to climb out. And it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a yearly battle. 6-7 years for me to get here. Yes, I relapsed on meat a few times. Day by day, baby steps. I've noticed that about the burger. I always feel terrible after I fast and pig out. I'm going to pin it. Knowing is half the battle, Maggie. So you are way ahead of the person who has never heard this before, and there's a lot of people who have never heard this before. So Maggie, consider yourself blessed. Share the holistic perspective. You are now a holistic warrior. Because once you know, you can't really go back. I mean, you can. You can. At your own detriment. And Maggie, I'm going to follow you, even though you're not following me for some reason. Welcome, username 007. Do you ever wish I had muscle? Asked Chelsea. I'll pin it. Honestly, I enjoy the lightness of my body. I enjoy my ability to be able to pick up and move from coast to coast at the whim. I've never needed... There was a time in high school where I tried to bulk up and I got a little bulky. I'm very strong, so I don't need like that much muscle. Like, I'm stronger than I look, so honestly, I've never wished it. My girlfriend wishes that I had muscle. She's right over there. She tells me I need to work out. So some people think I need more muscle. Me personally, I'm okay with it. Is Tug's Tavern still on Ocean Beach? Have you heard of Tug's Tavern, baby? Mm-hmm. I haven't heard of it, Bobby Ray. Kid, you doing great. Thanks, Author Matute. Author Matute is a real... Author Matute, let's pin it because he's been a supporter of mine, and I can tell that he is... I don't need to pin it. Author, I see you out there. Do you perhaps listen to Creed? Asked Fluker. Fluker, I'll answer your question. From time to time, once every 6 months to a year, I will play One Last Breath because that brings me back to the 90s. That brings me back to when I didn't know about the food matrix. That brings me back to a time of innocence. And One Last Breath by Creed is just it's a masterpiece. Like, people can hate on Creed all day, but can they write a song better than One Last Breath? Come on. I don't know, if you're not laughing like from time to time, then I'm not doing my job. There's no going back once vegan, it's all over. You pay to play, guys, you pay to play. Shout out to Ocean Beach. Kimberly says, Kimberly, let me explain, Kimberly, okay? I'll follow you back. So, the light beings. We have light beings. Well, okay. Sorry. Let me start over. Kimberly. Kimberly asked about light workers, okay? And light beings. Well, when we incarnate on this earth, we're all light beings. We're all light workers. Originally, we come here that way. Since birth, we're under attack through the use of those things, through the use of just the toxins in the air, food supply is a direct threat to our senses. So the system, the matrix, they siphon our lights from an early age, okay? They siphon the lights from the children because that is when the light is the greatest. They are walking around as their natural beings, their natural light, unafraid, unobstructed, naturally existing, perfect beings. So the matrix has to strip them of their ability to forecast the light, to be comfortable in their own skin, to exude the human confidence and to exude that light. So they are broken down through school, through bullying, and in the school. The school systems are a trap. The school systems are a place where parents abandon their children. My girlfriend's a teacher. Look, the public school systems it's dividing families, okay? And they teach kids, they strip what they're doing in there is stripping their individuality, they're stripping their light. They're turning them into clones. So the light workers' job in the matrix, the people that have healed from this trauma of the matrix, us light workers, we embody the light. We carry the light with risk of it being put out, with risk of attracting moths, because the light bearers attract all. We attract the good, the bad. The purpose of the light workers are to just exist, exude that light, exude your energy, because just by doing so, you reawaken others who are looking for a way out just through existing as a light worker. You shining your light just by existing in your natural state. After you recover from the trauma of the matrix, the food matrix, all the different webs that are designed to have us kept in fear. Once you are recovering from that stage and entering into your authentic self, you will inspire people around you to do the same thing. And that is the legacy of the light worker. Thank you guys for your support. I will stay consistent. I've realized my my purpose today when I decided to become officially a master herbalist. So the things I say, I can actually have some ground when it comes to the clones, because the clones require paperwork. So in order for me to convert as many people as possible, I must go into the system. I must study by the system. I must receive the paper from the system. In order to convert as many people as possible, I have to go back into the smart grid matrix. And that's just a fun fact. I don't know why I shared that. So what I've gathered from being in 2 lives now, says CB. Oh God, I'm gonna scroll down and we're gonna find out what CB has to say. First, I'm gonna strike this, just to clear the frequency in the room. Polecat says, my kids were raised feral in the woods, learning on to live the land. Polecat, you just earned yourself a follower. And yeah, that's how I was raised for a short period of time until I was drugged into a smart city. I was born in Mississippi. How many mushrooms? Not enough. Hello, Annie. Thank you, says Kimberly. You're welcome, Kimberly. I hope I was able to answer your question. I appreciate it. Hello, Annie. And I'm going to make a final point before I retire the live because I'm over it. No clue what this is, but just love the vibe. Michigan here, 580 acres. Polecat, if you have a couple acres, you know, if you don't care if like maybe somebody put a motorhome on your homestead and possibly plugged in and started building your own homestead, I mean, if you didn't care, then wow, that would be cool. I mean, I'm not asking, I'm just saying if you didn't care, that would be so cool. I'm just joking. Polecat, 580 acres is a blessing and you are a boss. And that's why I followed you. Welcome, Shane Colwell. I see you're carrying 26 diamonds, so I'm going to show you special attention. Is that what people do? I'm just kidding. I don't care about your diamonds. I inherited it. I have 6 people with campers on my... Polecat is a... Polecat, you could just take over the live, but let me just... I admire you, I really do, because like that's the ultimate goal for me, obviously. And if people can realize that they don't need the stimulation from food, that they can actually exist off the grid on 580 acres, I think we're gonna slowly start to take ground back. Okay? Hippie Mimi, she liked the live. Thank you, Hippie Mimi. I appreciate you. I'm going to follow you back. And you're always searching for the next adventure. So let me invite you to become a holistic warrior because that is the adventure I'm on and that is the adventure that I recruit people for to join because I need more holistic warriors to spread the message. Time is short. We are heading towards smart grid city world, or we can return to the garden. The choice is ours. I need to make my final points. Welcome, Thomas. I'm about to make my final point for anybody who just joined. Here comes the final point. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Diesel Lives Matter. I appreciate you. Final point is coming up. Amy, I appreciate you. Thomas, thank you. Welcome, Moonstar Psychic. But my final point is just about to come up. So, welcome, Moose. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Diesel Lives Matter. Thank you, Amy. Okay, guys, welcome to my holistic perspective on the food matrix. I will be reposting this live and other lives on a YouTube channel, which I will release here in the next few days. If you missed anything and are curious as to what just happened here, because this was one of the most powerful lives I've ever done. I know it's been a little slow, but we had 2 synchronicities. We had 2 signs from the Creator that there's some magic happening here. Okay? So I'll upload the lives and you guys can check out what I'm talking about. Okay. Did you guys know in the town of Nowhere, Kansas, that you can buy an underground bunker for a couple of $1 million? Why is that relevant? Listen, people with money, people are in control, know what's coming. They know that the food grid matrix system is not sustainable. They're making plans for the crash. Okay? And I'm being serious, guys. Look it up, Nowhere, Kansas. Look up Bill Gates and his underground bunker with its own air supply. These people who wrote the food pyramid, who employ half of the nation, who keep us standing at a counter for 40 hours a week to where we don't have the ability or time to question our surroundings. So with the perspective that there are people preparing for the crash of the smart grid because what we are doing now as a species is totally unsustainable. Okay? So my point in bringing up the underground bunkers with our own air supply are to say this. They will only need those bunkers if we continue to engorge ourselves. And factory farms are obliterating the planet. They are polluting the planet beyond recognition. So we are directly contributing to our own detriment through the use of eating processed animal flesh. If you need to still eat animals, please go to a farmer's market. For the love of God and everybody that surrounds you, please visit a farmer's market and stop supporting the controllers who are preparing for the imminent crash of the system they built to enslave you. I don't know what this is, but I just did a mic drop with it. I just did 2 mic drops with it. Okay, so that's a quick summary of everything I just went through. Maybe I'll upload the live and you guys can see the magic synchronicities I was talking about earlier. When groups of us come together and with free expression, you will see magic happen right before your eyes. That's what they don't want us to access. They don't want us to access the synchronicities. Because when the synchronicities come, there's more energy there than any nourishment from food. That's the Creator speaking directly to you, okay? And it's a beautiful thing, and I appreciate everybody in here. Thank you, Drew, again. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Desi, for joining. Everybody who just joined, I just made my final point. But I will be uploading all of the lives to the YouTube channel. Bless the Lord, I didn't lose access to this one because we witnessed miracles tonight. So I will continue to share the message. I will continue to share my energy. By the way, I have not eaten today. What time is it? It's 8:36 p.m. Do I look tired? Probably a little bit because I'm a little bit tired, but if anybody's been in the live for the past hour, they can see that I have been somewhat coherent for 90% of the time. And this is just my natural state. I'm just trying to show the potential. I'm not trying to flex. I want to show the potential of the human body, the human spirit. We all have access to this. It's our birthright. But we're going to have to work for it, guys. We're going to have to take steps out of the food matrix. And look, that's why I go live every day, okay? I have energy right now, but I'm hungry. I'm going to eat a salad. I'm going to scroll through. You've been super awake talking, says Diesel Lives Matter. Diesel Lives Matter. Thank you, my friend. I want to personally thank Diesel Lives Matter because he was the real warrior tonight. His finger, he's going to have to ice his hand. Okay, his hand is cramping up right now, and he took one for the team tonight. Diesel Lives Matter is an angel. I feel better when I fast, says Drew. Yes.
Your ebook for free.
By the way, guys, I have an ebook. Message me, I'll send it to you for free. Follow me. Support the page by following me. Click the link on my page. You don't have to buy anything, just click it. Refreshing to hear your points. Thank you. You motivated me. Gonna search for a farmer's market. I'm gonna pin it. And I'm gonna strike it. Because we just converted Drew from the food matrix grocery grid to the garden, to the farmer's market's garden. And hallelujah. Drew, bless your soul, bro. Bless you, for real. You motivated me to take my education to a higher level so I can come on here and strike fear into every clone who tries to talk shit. I live in an old fallout shelter and I love it. My own food, my own peace, my own way. Thomas, that sounds amazing. I'm going to follow you because I want to see what that fallout shelter looks like. So I'm assuming you're going to have some content regarding your fallout shelter. Please share. Factory farms are wrong on all levels. I'll pin this one because I'm on my way out of the live, but I'm just making some final comments. I'm addressing some final comments. Factory farms are the actual modern day. Oh, I want to say it so bad. Factory farms are the modern day Holocaust. Period. Yes, Amy, you know what you're talking. We need to homestead. Polecat, you're right. Polecat, the only problem with that is people need to take steps out of the food matrix in order to even make it to a homestead. They need to break their addictions to the food grid matrix before they can. You know that if you get a city person put on the homestead, they're going to cause you problems. And I'm sure that you know that already from your personal experience owning the homestead. So the city people, I'm not saying I wasn't a city person, us city folk need to be reconverted back into our original state. So thank you, Polecat, for giving people opportunities to experience that. Bless your heart. You're an amazing person for doing that. Damien Diamond, all truth. Thank you, brother. I'm going to follow you. Follow back. All truth. It's my truth. Speaking of Kansas, the good witch from the Wizard of Oz, you had the power in you all along. And here is our regular star faster. Dr. Nicholas Curtis made his entry. I believe he's on day 7 of fasting. You can let him know. Dr. Nicholas Curtis has some insight that none of us have access to at the moment because he is in a 7-day fasted state. Anytime he takes a breath, he's getting direct downloads from the ether. And he just enlightened us with the quote from the Wizard of Oz, from the Good Witch. And we are starting to understand that we had the power all along. Wow, that is... I'm going to end the live soon, but this is all adding up. It's all making sense. So I appreciate you, Dr. Nick, for being here again. My thoughts on hunting and killing game are... go for it. And I respect you. That's my opinion. I respect you as a hunter. I respect you as a man for going out there and getting it done because you know what? We shouldn't be trading in that responsibility. We shouldn't be handing that over to someone else because once we start handing over important responsibilities, especially food, like it never works out that for the betterment. Like we need to be taking care of important things, especially fuel for our body, that we should be growing our own food. You're hunting for your own food. You're on your way. You're on your way to freeing yourself from the food matrix grid. Either way, meat or not, you're on your way, Zach. I appreciate you. I don't eat meat, but I might hunt one day. I might find myself in a position where I might need to eat meat. I never know. Will I ever eat meat from a factory farm? No. Will I eat a squirrel that somebody shot or hit with a bow and arrow in a time of maybe I need some energy or sustenance? Yes. As a plant-based for the past 7-8 years, yes. If it comes to that. It's the circle of life. Eating a cheeseburger from the McDonald's is not the circle of life. You're eating mold. I'm sorry, you're going from just like, there's no energy there. It's just straight stimulation, straight grave food, straight death food. There's no nourishment from mold aligned food energy. So what you're doing as a hunter is a blessing. Yo, we're in a bad thunderstorm right now. The lights can go off at any moment, but I'm about to end the live anyway, so it's all good. Ball out with your own garden. Best way to have your own garden. You know what? That's next. Yeah, Drew, just come back. I'm going to post all of these lives on an archive on YouTube because that's where they need to be. All of this needs to be saved and uploaded to the smart grid. Okay, there's a few more comments and then I'm going to get out of here. Broy looks sick, am I okay? I'm pretty sure that's the same person. I just blocked them. Obviously, I'm fine. It's okay. Yeah, I blocked him. Thank you. Have you felt any difference when wearing that protective stuff out in public, thinking about getting one? Well, actually, every time I wear it, I feel a difference, especially in the apartment building. I don't have it on now because we turned the air off and I started sweating, but I'm going to put it on now because honestly, like, I'm sensitive to the frequencies. And look, I've proven this myself, like, this actually works. Because if you put your phone in here, if you put the phone in the silver lining, I cannot call it. So that's how I know the No Choice gear is, it's a protective EMF, proven protective EMF gear. So yes, I feel better wearing it in public and especially in the apartment building. It's crazy, bro. When I saw that I couldn't make a phone call through it, I was convinced. Do you ever part your dreads in the middle? A asked this question yesterday. And no, I do not part my dreads in the middle. For the love of God, no. Why would I do that? What kind of question is that? I'm going to follow you. I don't know why. Okay. Yes, you're right. It's circle of life with junk food. It's an endless circle of death with a dead end. Damn, there's a quote I wanted to read about karma. I'll have to get to it another day. You know, karma and food go hand in hand. Karma and food go hand in hand, okay? Like, it gets deep when you get into food and karma. Like, it's so intricately connected. So I'll go down and address a few more comments. This jacket will block EMF waves, 5G, Wi-Fi. You can find it on the link in my homepage. It also has a zip-up mask. I'll show you guys. And we also have the tinsel rings as well. Check it out. Like, this is a luxury jacket. Not only is it visually appealing, it's very comfortable. And it's just fly. Like, I'm just fly as fuck right now. Like, I'm just like, for real though. Because honestly, it's been a while since I can't support designer brands like Gucci and shit, you know? But like when I have this No Choice gear, it's so high quality and it's like the company has a purpose for what they do. So it's like, damn, I can look good and I can like protect myself at the same time. So I thought that was dope. Like, look at this, like, damn. But I scared a whole bunch of people on the live earlier. Check this out. Hold on. I straight up came on here like this before the EMF warning. And I got banned, and I had to appeal because, like, it was a whole crazy thing. This, oh my god. I definitely disturbed so many people with that one, but thanks for noticing. Definitely one of the better purchases of 2023 for me. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. They're a little expensive, but they're payment plans on the website. So, I mean, it's up to you. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. You just asked about it, so. I feel a difference, most definitely. I'm sensitive to the energies. It definitely blocks Wi-Fi. Do I drink coffee? No, I do not drink coffee. Wishing bad karma upon people brings bad karma. The thoughts are powerful. That's correct, Dr. Nick. Would you suggest getting a hoodie, jacket, or the hat beanie first? The jacket is going to cover more of your body. So, and the hood goes over the body, over the face. You can get an XXL. It's the same price, and it goes really far down. So I'm going to recommend the jacket, but it's up to you, man. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. I'm definitely vibing with the jacket hard. Amy, there is bad karma. Yes, there is bad karma. For me, it's claustrophobic with the hood, with my dreads in the way. I have to readjust everything going on here to wear the hood comfortably. But you can actually see through the hood. I can read comments through the hood. You know what, Lando? My girlfriend told me to cut my nails before the live, and I didn't, so I'm not even going to block you or mute you. No, yeah. No, it's okay. You don't have to ban anybody. I'm about to leave the live. You're good. Diesel lives matter. You can go, you don't have to block anyone. I'm literally about to leave the live in, a few minutes. I was just addressing a few more. And since Lando said that, I wanted to address him because there have been more than one person who came in and asked me to cut my nails. I said I would, and I didn't. And so, Lando, my dog, I will cut my nails for the next live. I promise. I know I said that last time. And you're just here holding me accountable, and I appreciate that. I didn't hear the race question. Ask it again. What was the question? Hold on. You can ask the question. Ask it. What was it? Am I white? Do you want me to block the guy who said, "Are you white?" Okay, I see it. Did you ask if I was white? I'm mixed with black and white. Almighty Kicks. What book would I recommend? The World Peace Diet. The World Peace Diet. That book, World Peace Diet, I read that book and I was plant-based the next day. It really goes into the energetic levels, the factory farms. It goes into what happens spiritually when we take on tortured animal flesh. So it gets down into the spiritual aspect. World Peace Diet. If you have a heart and a creative mind, you will go plant-based once you're done reading it. It's inevitable. Yeah, no, you're fine. The moderator just got done pinning a lot of hate comments, so he's had a busy night. He's been very busy. He needs to ice his hand after this, so it's all good. You're totally fine. I appreciate your question. I'm mixed with black and white. 50-50. It's okay. Like I said, the hate comments that were pouring in earlier was it was too much to keep up with. So, yeah. Welcome to anybody who's joining. I'm right about to exit the live, guys. I'm spent. I've gone past my limit, but that's okay. I'm willing to do it just to share the message, to share this perspective. Are you talking? Okay, so join the OnlyFans 619 page. Follow the page. for a holistic perspective that is often censored. We are growing every day as a platform that shares. Anybody who shares truth has a voice on our page. Anybody who shares the holistic perspective is welcome in the OnlyVans community, the OnlyVans 619 community that I'm trying to build. So please follow and support the page. Okay guys, so if you're just joining and you missed the live, I'll repost it on YouTube. We went through a lot. I'm tired. We had 2 crazy synchronicities that I'm gonna go ahead and say didn't fully validate my points, but they did come at a certain time, which made it seem like I knew what I was talking about. I'm just kidding. We had 2 synchronicities earlier, and it was a really magical moment. And for everybody who was there to share it, then I appreciate your presence there. Finally, I do a live every morning, every day, every night, discussing humanity's role in the food matrix grid system, our current state as Fruitarian, and what we can do to move from Fruitarian to a lighter state of being. Whether it's plant-based, whether it's just preparing your own meats, whether it's organic whole foods, there's another way. There's a better way than the processed food Fruitarian trap that most of us operate under currently. There's more available to us. That is my perspective, that is my goal, that is my mission. And I am about to leave live. I appreciate everybody for joining. Bless up. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Strike it one more time. Clear everything out. Bless up, guys.